Dearly beloved, we are gathered here upon this day to bear witness to William I and Divia Milwine as they bind themselves together in marriage, becoming William and Divia Eden, from this day endeavoring to live their lives as one. If any person can show just cause why these two should not be joined, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace. The institution of marriage is as old as Homo sapiens. Donald Brown listed among human universals the parts of culture which are found in almost every tribe that has been studied by anthropologists, alongside its other universals of dancing, storytelling, jealousy, or language. Though we give it a single name, marriage takes many forms. In some tribes, a man may wed more than one woman. In 0.5% of all hunter-gatherer tribes studied, a woman may wed more than one man. In civilized parts of the modern world, men may marry men, and women marry women. 100 years ago, in what was then considered civilization, marriage was a cruel necessity if you wanted to have a public relationship with anyone. There was only one approved option for anyone who didn't want to live alone: marry a single person of the opposite sex, and stay together for several years or until one of you died. But in this day, and within this community, marriage necessarily takes on a different meaning. Until death do you part is a different concept. We suspect that indefinite lifespan extension may be invented sometime in the next few decades. Once, getting married at age 20 meant you were probably a quarter of the way through your life. In this day, and in this community, you know that you might actually be getting married at 0.000 and some more zeros 1% of the way through. Our community contains many people in long-term relationships who are not married and who are not waiting around to get married. Even among those who marry, not every marriage has the same meaning. Some married couples may not be planning to stay together until the stars go out. Just enjoy the marriage for however long it lasts. And though marriage is no longer mandatory, the government of this country, in its finite wisdom, has retrieved legal benefits for marriage which some may not wish to deny themselves, even if we haven't yet found a perfect romance out of storybooks, even if we might not want a perfect romance out of storybooks. Marriage is no longer something that everyone has to do, and there isn't just one kind of marriage or only one meaning of marriage. But at least so far as I can tell from the outside, Will and Divia seem to have a perfect romance, pretty much. And while romances like that exist, the ancient institution of marriage will continue into the future, I think. There are stars in the sky above us, above the clouds, even now. Even on a cloudless day, you can't see them with your naked eyes, but the right camera would capture them. Through those clouds, there is light shining upon this ceremony, which is far older than 8.5 minutes. Standing as we do beneath the light of eternity, it may seem impossible to swear any true promises upon the future, when there are no perfect blessings that call down upon a marriage to ensure its success, but only the mortal wills of human beings to guard it. And yet there are still some people who are just so adorable together that you look at them and think, yeah, they should go for it. I can think of at least 3 couples like that present at this ceremony, aside from Will and Divia, not going to name any names. Elizabeth Moon once wrote that courage is inherent in all living things. It is the quality that keeps them alive. It is courage that splits the acorn and sends the rootlet down to soil to search for sustenance. This is not literally true because acorns don't have brains, so they can't experience courage. But I would still praise the idea of courage as a quality that powers all of human life. The daring to do things that you don't know for certain will work, acting under conditions of uncertainty. Even in an unstable world, not knowing how society might change, how you yourself might change, whether life as we know it will still exist in 30 years. Even though nobody can foresee 1,000 years into the future if everything goes right, even so, 2 or more people can still have sufficient confidence and hope and courage to try to build something greater out of the union of their lives. Because why not? If someone is already fortunate enough to have a relationship that once would have been called a marriage blessed by heaven, why should they receive any less joy or receive it any later than they would in bygone times? How sad would it be to delay 100 years and then find out that it would have worked after all? And one element of marriage which has not changed is the endeavor to raise children. Not every marriage may desire children, but among those who do desire children, a marriage promises those children a stable home, a lasting family, and at least two people who jointly accept full responsibility for every child. For myself, seeing the meaning of this wedding through my own eyes, I would affirm and support above all else the wholehearted decision of William and Divia to forge a more lasting bond because they both wish to bring a new child into the world. That responsibility is owed to any endeavor of creating a new sentient life. That meaning of marriage has not changed. The final question is what marriage now means to the community that bears it witness. William and Divia have chosen to bind their lives together. As it is not our place to deny that, neither is it within our power to permit it. There is no higher authority whose blessings must be sought, and we can't wish them good luck because there's no such thing in the universe as luck. We could say, we wish you happy lives as a result of your own decisions. But wishing doesn't make anything happen. And yet, for as long as marriage has existed among the human species, it has been a ceremony performed within sight of the tribe. For tens of thousands of years before humans imagined that the heavens had authority, the tribe has borne witness to marriages. Of you all, then, I ask that you promise to respect this marriage and not come between William and Divia in any way should you find that possibility within your power. And those of you present who bear them other friendships may vow such other support as lies within your hearts. And let it be known to all the world that what is begun here today is done brightly and without shame. William and Divia, do you enter this agreement, and do you vow to undertake this endeavor freely, with your whole hearts, and without reservation? Do you vow that you will together create and maintain your shared picture of the world, sharing your discoveries and insights, hiding nothing that the other would wish to know? Do you vow to reveal all your concerns about your relationship as they occur to you, despite all embarrassment and fear, so that if the other stays silent, you may trust that there is nothing to be said? Do you vow to share your dreams, your goals, your needs, your desires, and your aspirations, and work toward them together? Do you vow to recognize and honor all the complexity and parts of the other, to support their growth and be supported, that you may wield your love to become your best potential selves? Do you vow both singly and together that you will accept, love, and appreciate yourselves as you pursue joy and fulfillment? Do you vow both singly and together to accept full responsibility for the children you will bring into the world? What will you embody and symbolize these promises? And from this day forward, William and Divia Eden, you are husband and wife.